Hello everybody, welcome to the video. I'm finally back and I've done a thing. Super excited to show you my new bike comparison viewer. I've finally made it after many years of contemplating it and procrastinating. Is that the right word? It took an ear infection and COVID to actually give me the time to start developing this new database driven app, but here it is, finally. Let's just be clear, we're definitely in a beta phase at the moment, but if you go to bikotic.com you'll be able to have a go with it yourself. In a nutshell, I wanted a more automatic way to make my videos, and if you've watched many of my videos you'll know that basically I fade from one bike to another and compare the differences between the bikes. Clearly the best way to do that is with a database of bikes and a viewer to view between them. In the past I would generally just build it all in Photoshop, but now I can do it much quicker, hopefully make more videos, and you can have a play with it as well. So just before we get into it, some sort of basic controls here. We've got the full screen button. Now the app is designed to be run 16:9. I haven't really designed it for mobile. You're much better off using it on a big computer screen. This button here is a comparison button, and we'll show you that in a bit, and there's a play button which I'll show you in a bit as well. Down in the bottom left, it would be great if you could leave me some feedback once you've seen it and had a go on it. If you want to request a bike to be put in the database, obviously I can't do all of them because it takes me about half an hour to line a bike up and get it in, but I'll certainly look at your request, so drop me a line there. And then we've also got recently added, which we'll have a look at in a minute. But enough talk. Once you load up the page, you're going to want to load a bike up. So you click on manufacturer, let's go to specialized, let's go to the tarmac this year, and let's have a look at the top of the range. Boom. That loads up the picture of the bike, a whole load of information about the bike, and you can click on this here to look at it on Specialized site, or if I can find an affiliate link, you can buy the bike, which will be great. Now as far as I'm concerned, while I'm in charge of this resource, I'm not going to plaster it with flashing adverts or promotions because I can't bear that. I want it to be clean and simple. So hopefully you'll agree with that and appreciate that. So now we need another bike to compare it to. So click down, drag to the right, and then we load up another bike. Let's load up the Merida Sculptura from this year. That gets loaded up on the right, and if you drag between, we can fade between the two bikes and they've both been lined up. So super cool. Up the top here you'll see that when you get all the way to the right it will tell you if this bike is more or less than the other one. In this case, this Sculptura is £5,500 cheaper than the more expensive Specialized S-Works tarmac. And that in a nutshell is the premise of this app. As I said, we've got the comparison button here, and we've got a whole bunch more information that we can have a look at here, some of the geometry. I list here what size bike the photo is, and then I point out what geometry stats I've loaded in, basically to fit me, pretty average height bloke. The next set of features that I'm developing is going to be the geometry formula that you may have seen in some previous videos. You'll be able to click on that and see the hummingbird albatross formula that I've come up with. That's what I'm working on at the moment. Currently you can't zoom in, but I am planning to make it so you can zoom in. So that's coming soon. I'm also planning to add some search, so you'll be able to search for specific bikes, and then also for different types of bikes, so all-round race, aero, endurance, gravel. That's all coming. It's not here yet. And then this button here, I like this button. This is the play button. So now you can do your own fading, or you can press the play button, sit back and relax, and it will jog backwards and forwards, showing you the difference between the bikes. How cool is that? And then obviously you just press stop to stop it, and then you can be back in control yourself. I think that's pretty cool. Now the other button I mentioned was recently added. Click on that and it will show you the last 20 bikes that I've uploaded, and I think in the database I've got 64 bikes now, right now. And then you'll also see that I've loaded up some downhill bikes. Here's the Santa Cruz V10, and you'll notice as we fade back through here to the tarmac, I wanted all bikes to be lined up in the right place, but what I found was to fit the bike on the screen the way I wanted it, a road bike, mountain bikes were too big. They went off the side of the screen. So the mountain bikes are lined up as in they are the correct size to the road bikes. So that's a 29-inch wheel on the front there. And that is actually the same diameter as a road bike wheel, but all that's different on mountain bikes is I've moved the bottom bracket to the left a bit so that it'll actually fit on the screen. And if we go all the way to the left, hit recently added, you could then load up the Specialized Demo Race, which is another downhill bike that I've put in. Hit play, and that'll fade between them. Super cool. Just while we're here looking at that, what I thought was pretty cool was I put some nuke-proof mountain bikes in, and here's the Giga 29er. And if we drag it to the right and now load up the Giga 297, which is basically a Mullet bike, as you can see here, wheels, Mullet. And if we hit play now, you can then see there's actually quite a big difference between a 27.5 wheel and a 29er. And it's all the craze now to have these Mullet mountain bikes. And you can see exactly there what it does to the bike. It's quite interesting. You'd have thought by putting such a smaller wheel on it would change the stance of the bike more, but it's quite subtle really. That's pretty cool that you can look at that. The other thing I've done, because I absolutely love race bikes, is I've also added a few race bikes. If I can find a good side view of a race bike, I will add it. And I love this picture here of last year's Paris-Roubaix winner. That's the Merida Reacto, ridden by Sonny Colbrelli. And actually, if you compare that to a bike I've just added, the BMC Team Machine, look how different these tyres are. Super fat, chunky tyres on the Roubaix bike, I guess as you'd expect, but I thought that was pretty cool. I've also added Filippo Ganna's Bolide TT. I think that's a pretty awesome bike. Look at that beast. What I hadn't realised is that Filippo Ganna is just shy of 6'4". He's enormous. And Sonny Colbrelli's actually riding an extra small frame, so he's a lot shorter. You can see the difference there between their bikes. Look how high his saddle is, it's insane. And then I've added one from Team Total Energies and the Alpha Vinyl Team Tarmac. Just got a pretty cool paint job on it, I think. If you actually compare that to Total Energies one, that's a pretty cool comparison, isn't it? This is actually Sagan's bike. Look at that stem he's got on there, it's a whopper. So there we go. As I said, I've got about 64, 65 bikes in there at the moment. And like I say, it takes me quite a long time to load these up. But yeah, go and have a look, bikotic.com, and send me any bike requests or feedback that you have. That would be really useful. If you get any bugs, let me know. That would be useful too. I've had a few problems with the hosting package that I've had. And if you have any problems with it, let me know. And I will have to look to moving it to a new host, I think. And that's about it for this video. Like I say, I just wanted to show you around my new toy. I'm super happy with it. And I can't wait to build up a huge selection of bikes in it. Because if you've followed my channel at all, you'll know that I'm completely obsessed with these things. So there we go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think of the app. I'll see you next time.